describe. Some things can't be captured in words. So show me colors, colors I need. Pictures this time. Show me food and sights and sounds. I wanna know what you find. I want colors, colors, please show me. Life ain't black and white.
Alright, what's up mga kamatler na isang magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ito pa rin ang inyong abot kamay na mga teacher, si Sir Ash. And today ay magkakaroon tayo ng panibagong discussion, and this is the last module for our grade 10 students sa quarter 2. Of course, ilang araw na lang ay magsastart na tayo sa quarter 3, and this is the last topic for quarter 2 sa grade 10. And this is all about the equation of a circle. Ang tanong, ano nga ba ang equation of a circle? At dito niyo malalaman paano kunin ang equation ng isang circle at ang mga other problems related about this topic. Okay, but before we start our discussion, let me remind you that if you are still new to this channel, pakiclick naman ang subscribe button at notification bell para laging updated ka sa ating magiging susunod na topics. Alright, okay, salamat sa lahat na nandito at nanonood sa ating discussion. Okay, let us start. Now, this is the module for our quarter 2, module 7, entitled Equation of a Circle. That is the first page with the cover, or with the picture known as the cover page. The second page is all about the people behind this module. So, disclaimer lamang po, lahat ng dinidiscuss natin dito ay hindi pagmamay-ari ni Math Teacher Ash. Instead, this is from the Department of Education at nandito lamang po tayo para i-discuss ito at tulungan ng ating mga mahal na students. Okay, for the third page is the title page, Equation of a Circle. For the fourth page is the introductory message para sa ating mga kaguruan dyan at para sa ating mga math learners. Alright, and then in the fifth page is the objectives of the module. So ano nga ba ang objectives natin for today? Ito yon. Number 1, determine the center and the radius of a circle. Number 2, write the equation of a circle given its radius and center and vice versa. Pangatlo naman is to rewrite the equation into a standard form to general form and vice versa. And then number 4, sketch the graph of a circle. And number 5, which is the last, is to solve problems involving circles. Okay, napakadali lang ng topic na ito, my dear math learners. Then after you read the objectives of the topic, you have your pre-test, and that is in the Let Us Try activity. So these are series of questions, ABCD lamang po, but since this is a pre-test, no pressure, my dear math learners. So ilang questions ito? 10 yan, mga ka-math learners. Alright. So after that is a recall or parang review for the topic. So ano ba ang review dito para prerequisite sa topic nito? Okay, so we have here the square of a binomial. Okay, so number 1 up to 10 yan siya. Remember, when you square a binomial, when we say binomial, that is two-term. Okay, two-term expression. So, as you can see here, my dear math learners, we have an example, x minus 5, or the quantity x minus 5 squared. So, paano ba kukunin ang square of a binomial? Remember, my dear math learners, ang gagawin mo lang is all answers for the square of a binomial is always a trinomial yan. Trinomial yan. Ang first term niyan is the square of the first term dito sa given. So, ano bang square ng x? So, x squared. So, yan yun. Okay, so since these are one variable lamang po at saka wala siyang numerical coefficient except 1, so therefore, ito magiging x squared, x squared, x squared, x squared, y squared, y squared, y squared, y squared, at y squared. Okay, so yun ang magiging first term ng mga answers natin. Pangalawa naman is ito, the middle term. The middle term is basically twice the product of the first and the second term. Example, yung first natin is x, yung second term natin is negative 5. So, i-multiply mo lang yan sila, negative 5x, tama? Then, twice of that, or i-double mo lang yon, so magiging negative 10x. At ito yon. Okay, so dito sa number 2, we have positive 6x. Okay, kasi 3 yan. Ito naman, negative 14x. Ito naman dito is positive 18x. Ito naman is positive 2x or plus 2x. For number 6, we have negative 4y or minus 4y. For number 7, we have, For number 6, we have negative 8y. Then for number 7, we have positive 4y. For number 8, we have negative 12y. For number 9, we have negative 9y. And for number 10, we have positive 22y. So yun ang magiging middle term natin. Alright. And for the last term, we just square the last term of the original given or the binomial. So ano bang square ng negative 5? So negative 5 times negative 5, that is positive 25. So basically, lahat ng sagot sa third term ay positive because when you square a positive and a negative, the answer will always be positive. So dito magiging positive 9, ito magiging positive 49, ito magiging positive 81, ito positive 1, ito positive 16, positive 4, positive 36, positive 64, and positive 121. So basically, we just answered all of the questions in this given review. Okay, napakadali lang, my dear math learners.
Easy, right?
Yes, easy lang talaga. Now, let us go to letter B. Now, determine the number that must be added to make each of the following a perfect square trinomial. Okay, then express each as a square of a binomial. Okay, so ano ba ang technique para makuha mo ang perfect square trinomial? So, madali lang ito, my dear math learners. If you can still remember your topic, in the grade 9, ang gagawin mo lang is to divide B and then squared. So, that is if and only if your A is equal to 1. So, since our A here is the numerical coefficient of the first term, so as we can see here, ang A natin dito, numerical coefficient, ay laging 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Ito naman, 1, 1, 1. So, the best way to do this, or the fastest way to do this, is just get half of the middle term, then square it. Ulitin ko, i-half mo ang middle term, then square it. Okay, so, half of 4 is 2. 2 squared is 4. So, 4 tayo dito. Half of negative 6 is negative 3. Square that 1, that is positive 9. Half of 10 is 5. Square that 1, that is positive 25. Half of 7 is 7 over 2. Square of that 1 is 49 over 4. Okay, so fraction tayo dito. For number 5, we have negative 12. Half of that is negative 6. Square mo yan, that is positive 36. Ito naman, negative 14, that is 7 ang half. Squared mo yan, positive 49. For number 7, we have 18. So, 18, half of that is 9. 9 squared is 81. Ito naman, half of negative 20 is 10. Negative 10. Squared mo si negative 10, that is positive 100. For number 9, we have negative 5. Half of that 1 is 5 over 2. Okay? So, hindi tayo gagamit dito ng mga decimal. Okay? So, 5 over 2, negative 5 over 2, squared mo yan siya, that is negative 25 over 4. And finally, we have 2. So, half of that is 1. 1 squared is 1. Okay, so basically, we just answer all the questions in letter B. Okay, so how did you find the square of a trinomial? Multiply it by itself. And then, you just double the middle term of the product of A and B, or the product of the first term and the second term. Okay. How will you get the number to be added in the perfect square trinomial? Yun. Get the half of it and then square it. How do you know that this is a perfect square trinomial? You know it is a perfect square trinomial because if you get the factors of those trinomial, basically the factors will be a binomial that are identical with each other. Okay, suppose you are given a perfect square trinomial, how will you express it as a square of a binomial? So, ang gagawin mo lang is to get the square root of the first term, and you get the square root of the last term, and then you follow the sign of the middle term. Example, okay, balik tayo dito, my dear math learners. Paano tayo babalik sa x minus 5? So, square root ng x squared is x, square root ng 25 is 5, and then you just copy the sign of the middle term, and that is minus, so you have x minus 5. Then, lagyan mo lang ng quantity and then squared. Okay, napakadali lamang ng ating discussion for today. Now, let us go to the main topic, my dear math learners. Okay, this is the standard form of an equation of a circle. So, the standard form of the equation of a circle in which the center is expressed, or the coordinate of the center is expressed in HK. Okay, so H will be the X coordinate and K will be the Y coordinate of the center of the circle. And then, a radius R unit is ito. Ito na daw yung equation of the circle. So, X minus H squared, the quantity X minus H squared, plus the quantity Y minus K squared is equal to R squared. Now, let me remind you, my dear math learners, na kapag ang inyong circle ay nasa origin, technically, your equation of the circle will just be X squared plus Y squared is equal to R squared, where X and Y are variables and your R is the radius of the given circle. So, example, we have here, my dear math learners. Okay, so I hope nakikita nyo ito ng klarong-klaro. So, we have here a circle in which yung center ay wala sa origin kasi nandito yung origin, right? Okay. So, if this is the case, your equation of the circle will be expressed like this. X minus H squared plus Y minus K squared is equal to R squared. Pero kapag yung circle mo, ang center niya ay nasa origin, meaning nasa 0, 0 na ordinate, therefore, your equation of the circle is just X squared plus Y squared is equal to R squared. Napakadali lang, my dear math learner.
Easy, right?
Okay, easy lang talaga. So, the guide in graphing a circle is, okay, so in a Cartesian plane, locate the center. Okay, hanapin mo si center. Then, locate the endpoint of the radius. So, hanapin mo yung endpoint ng radius. So, you put that point and then you draw the radius. And then, you use a compass. Of course, yung compass ay ginagamit natin para makagawa tayo ng circle. Hindi protractor, my dear math learners. Kasi yung mga protractor, fixed ang measurement ng kanilang anong tawag dyan? Yung semicircle niya. Okay, so, better yet, have your own compass. Okay, and then move the compass clockwise or counterclockwise and you have your circle. Ganun lang kadali, my dear math learners. Examples! Alright! So, we have here the standard equation of a circle whose center is at point of origin. Okay, and the radius is R is equal to X squared plus Y squared is equal to R as R squared, as what I've said earlier. Okay, so example, if you have this equation, so X squared plus Y squared, meaning wala siyang H, wala siyang K, therefore we can say na nasa origin ang kanyang center. Okay? And then equals 49. So this 49 is equal to R squared. So in order for you to get the radius, so si R squared is square root mo lang. So 49, the square root of 49 is 7. At yun na ang radius mo. Your center is in the origin and your radius is equal to 7. So napakadali lamang, my dear.
Easy, right?
Yes, easy lang talaga. How about this second example? We have X minus 2 squared plus Y minus 3 squared is equal to 36. So H and K natin ay yung katabi ni X at katabi ni Y, or yung preceding ni X at preceding ni Y. So, of course, this is already minus, ha? Okay, minus yung standard form natin. So, therefore, since this is minus 2, yung 2 lang ang kukunin natin. Since this is minus 3, yung 3 lang ang kukunin natin. So, always we will get the opposite of it. So, 2 and 3 will be the coordinate of our center. And then, for our radius, since this is 36, this is R squared, kukunin mo lang ang square root niyan, and the square root of 36 is 6. So, therefore, your center is at 2, 3, and your radius is at 6. Or the measurement of the radius is 6. Okay, now let's talk about the general equation of a circle. So, the general equation of the circle is given X squared plus Y squared plus DX plus EY plus F is equal to 0. So, basically, my dear math learners, to make the long story short about this one, what you can do is, itong X plus 5, example ha, itong X plus 5 squared plus Y minus 4 squared is equal to 25. Ang gagawin mo lang dyan is to expound this one and then ilipat mo lahat ng terms sa left side and then i-equate mo ito sa 0 and that's it. Okay, so how do we do that one? Alright, so we all know na si X plus 5 squared, kapag kukunin natin ang square of a binomial niyan, that is X squared, then multiply this one, 5 times X, that is 5x, then double it, that is positive 10x. And then you get the square of 5, that is 25. So this is the trinomial, or ito yung expansion ng x plus 5 squared. Okay, so how about y minus 4? So sa y minus 4 naman, we have y squared, then twice the product of 4 and y, so that is negative 4y, twice of that negative 8y. O, ito yon. And then you get the square of negative 4, so that is positive 16. So you have y squared minus 8y plus 16. And then we have 25. Okay, so therefore, ito wala ng parenthesis. Ang gagawin mo na lang is to transpose the 25 in the left side. So magiging 0 na yan. So itong 25 ngayon, magiging minus 25. So you have there x squared plus y squared. Okay, pinagtabi lang ang mga powers of 2. Of course, hindi mo pwede pagsamahin yan kasi hindi sila pareho ng variable. Okay, and then 10x and then negative 8y. Basically, this is the dx and the ey. Okay, so plus 10x minus 8y. Okay, and then 25 plus 16 minus 25, isi-simplify mo na ito kasi these are the constant term. So 25 plus 16, that is 41. 41 minus 25. So basically, the answer is still 16. Okay, kasi 25 minus 25, that is 0. So you just have 16 here. Okay, and your final answer now for the general equation of the circle is the x squared plus y squared plus 10x minus 8y plus 16. Alright.
Easy, right?
Easy lang talaga, my dear math learners. So now, let us go to the transforming of the general equation. At ito na nga yung sinabi ko kanina. Okay. Ay, ito. Ano na ito? Parang kabaliktaran. Okay. So, how do we do this kapag sa general naman tayo papunta kay standard form? Okay. So, when we say standard form, yun yung merong h and k. Okay. So, we have here example. Ito yon. Okay. So, paano ito magiging ganito? Ayan. Alright. So, ang gagawin mo is pagsamahin mo yung mga may x terms. So, x squared and then meron tayong 6x. Okay? So, pagsama sila and then group them. Second is, i-group mo din ang mga may y variable. So, y squared minus 10y. Okay? Group them. And then, ilipat mo sa kabila yung constant term. And that is negative 18. Okay, negative 18. Kasi plus 18 ito. Pag nilipat sa kabila, negative 18. So, next mong gagawin dito, my dear math learner, is to have or to add a space. Okay, add space, add space. Of course, dahil dalawang space ang nilagay mo sa left side, dalawang space din sa right side. So, plus space, plus space. Question is, how do we put the number, o anong number ang ilalagay natin dito? Of course, ang gagawin mo lang is, katulad ng letter B na exercises kanina, to complete the square. So, you get half of it and then square it. So, half of 6 is 3. 3 squared is 9. So, that is 9 here. And that is the answer. Okay? So, nakita nyo, 9. And then, for here naman, sa y, so, negative 10y, half of it is negative 5. Squared the negative 5, that is 25. And we have here positive 25. Dahil nag-add ka ng plus 9 at saka plus 25, dito sa left side, mag-a-add ka rin dito ng plus 9 at saka plus 25. So, negative 18 plus 9, that is negative 9. Negative 9 plus 25, and the answer for that is positive 16. So, therefore, ngayon, 16 na ang ating right side. Okay, so that will be the r squared. Okay, so, put down muna si 16. So, ngayon, ito ang ano natin, nagawa natin, yung na-complete the square natin, ang gagawin mo is to get the factor or the square of a binomial. Ano tawag dyan? Yung parang original ng square of a binomial. Paano mo kukunin? Okay. So, gawa ka ng dalawang parenthesis. Okay, dalawang parenthesis. May plus sa gitna. May squared sa labas. Okay, for the first, ito tayo. Okay, ito. So, ang gagawin mo is to get the square root of x squared, that is x. You get the square root of 9, that is 3. And then you follow the sign of the plus 6. So, we have plus. Okay, napakadali lang. How about this one? Okay, ito naman. So, you get the square root of y squared, y. You get the square root of 25, that is 5. And then you follow the sign of the middle term, which is minus. So, we have y minus 5 and then squared na yan. Okay, so now you have your final answer. The quantity x plus 3 squared plus the quantity y minus 5 squared is equal to 4. Okay, so kung gusto mong malaman kung ano ang h and k dito, so opposite of 3 is negative 3, opposite of negative 5 is positive 5. So negative 3, 5 ang ating h and k, and then our radius is the square root of 16, and that is 4. Okay, so we have here. Okay, napakadali lamang, my dear math learners. Alright, so of course, the center of the circle is this one. Okay, ito yung sagot kanina. So how about here? Number 2. So ganun lang din, my dear math learners. Okay, so we have here 3x squared plus 3y squared plus 6x minus 12y minus 105 is equal to 0. So as you can see, my dear math learners, the numerical coefficient 3, 3, 6, 12, and 105 are divisible by 3. So you can divide the whole equation by 3. So when you divide the whole equation by 3, this will become x squared, y squared, positive 2x, and negative 4y is equal to 35. Okay, kasi na-transpose na sa kabila. Okay, so napakadali lang. So ngayon, since ito ganito na way na, so pwede na nating gawin yung completing the square. So pag sasamahin na natin ang mga may x, so x squared and 2x, yan. Si y squared at si negative 4y, ayan. Okay, then we add space. We complete the square. Half of 2 is 1, 1 squared is 1. Half of negative 4 is negative 2, squared of negative 2 is positive 4. Okay, so we have here 1 and positive 4. Of course, dahil gumamit tayo ng 1 at 4 dito sa left side, mag-a-add tayo sa right side ng 1 at 4. So if we add this one, the answer is 40. Alright. And then, from here, we group them by the trinomial. And then, after that, we factor it into its identical binomials. Okay? So, the square root of x squared is x. The square root of 1 is 1. The sign of positive 2x is positive, so plus. The square root of y squared is y. The square root of 4 is 2. The sign of the middle term is minus, therefore we use minus. Okay? And then we have 40. So the question is, what is the center of this given equation? Opposite of 1, opposite of negative 2, that is negative 1, 2. At ito na nga yun. Okay, napakadali lang, my dear math learners. So how about the radius? So you get the square root of 40. So square root of 40 is square root of 40. But if you want to simplify the square root of 40, you have the square root of 4 and the square root of 10, and the square root of 4 is 2. So you have 2 square root of 10. At ito na nga iyon. Alright, so napakadali lang, my dear math learners. Alright, so now we have here writing the equation given the following center and its radius. So pag middle or nasa origin, x squared plus y squared ka lang, then you get the squared of 9, and that is 81. Okay, so that's it. And then, if you want to get the general form, you just transpose it to the other side, and that is minus 81. Alright, next. We have here 0, 0, and then 7 square root of 2. You just get the square root of the 7 square root of 2, and that is 49 square root of 4. Okay? So, 49 square root of 4, that is 49 times 2, and that is what? 98. Okay? 98. Ayan. Alright? And then, ganun pa rin, x squared plus y squared pa rin. Alright, and then, if you want to get the general form, you just transpose it to the other side, yung 98 natin, and you have x squared plus y squared minus 98. Ganun lang kadali, my dear math learners. Alright, so for here naman, negative 5, 4. So, pag i-form natin ang standard form, we have x plus 5, kasi opposite. Alright, x plus 5 squared plus y minus 4. Okay, minus 4, kasi opposite din dito. Then equals 11 squared. Okay, so same goes. So we have 11 squared is 121. So katulad lang kanina, you expand it and then you transpose it to the other side and you will have this answer. Okay, so napakadali lang, my dear math learners. I'm sure kayang-kaya nyo na ito. But if you do have some questions about our topic, feel free to put it in our comments section below. Alright, okay, so we have here the center at finding the equation of a circle. The center is 10, negative 4, and passing through the 2, negative 2. 2, positive 2 pala, sorry. So, of course, passing through, no? Okay, find the radius using the distance formula. So, of course, given ang center, ito yon 10, negative 4. And then, yung passing through niya is the 2, 2. So, since hindi natin alam kung gaano kalayo ito, you will use the distance formula, which has already been discussed last time with our grade 10 discussion here in our channel. So, you can go back to that topic, or you can just consider the formula. The distance is equal to the square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So, basically, ima-minus mo lang ito, si 2 minus 10, and then si 2 minus negative 4. So, 2 minus 10 is negative 8. Squared ng negative 8 is 64. Ayan. 2 minus negative 4, that is 2 plus 4. That will become 6. Squared of 6 is 36. So, 64 plus 36, that is 100. The square root of 100 is 10. So, therefore, your radius is 10. So, ngayon, dahil meron ka ng center at meron ka ng radius, magagawa mo na ang equation of the circle. So, therefore, this will be x minus the quantity x minus 10 squared plus the quantity y plus 4 squared is equal to 100. At ito na nga iyon. Alright, so napakadali lamang po, my dear math learners. Alright, so we have here the a circle with diameter whose endpoints are, okay. So endpoints dito, pwede mong kunin ang midpoint formula, okay. Bakit midpoint? Para malaman mo ang coordinates ng middle, okay, or ng center. Kasi since this is a diameter and half of the diameter is the radius, of course. So, kukunin mo lang ang midpoint niya. Okay, the coordinate of the midpoint. Remember, the midpoint formula is given, i-add mo lang ang dalawang x, divide by 2, i-add mo lang ang dalawang y, divide by 2. Okay, so, add 3 plus negative 5, that is, excuse me, that is negative 2. Okay, half of negative 2 is negative 1. Ito yon. Okay, then 8 plus 2, that is 10, half of 10 is 5. Alright, at ito yon. So, therefore, the midpoint is located, or the center of the circle is located at negative 1, 5. So, negative 1, 5 ito. Okay. So, next niyan is the radius. Okay. So, gaano ba kalayo ang radius? So, you can use the distance formula for this one. Okay. So, negative 1, 5, and then any. Pwedeng 3, 8. Pwedeng negative 5, 2. Either way, the answer is still the same. So, dito, ang pinakita dito is yung 3, 8 ang ginamit niya. So, therefore, 3 minus negative 1, and then 8 minus 5. So, 3 minus negative 1, that is 4. 4 squared is 16. Yan. 8 minus 5, that is 3. 3 squared is 9. At ito yon. So, 16 plus 9, 25. The square root of 25 is 5. Therefore, the radius is equal to 5. Now, for your equation, basically what you can do is you just consider the center. So, that will become x plus 1 squared. Quantity yun ha. Plus the quantity y minus 5 squared is equal to the square of the radius 5, so 25. So, the answer is this one. Alright, so napakadali lang, my dear math learner.
Easy, right?
Okay, easy lang talaga. So, we have here a circle whose center is at the point and its diameter is 16 units. So, if that is 16 units, of course, half of that is 8. So, radius mo is 8. So, ganun lang, napakadali. So, this will become x plus 4 squared plus y plus the quantity y plus 7 squared is equal to 64. Kasi 8 squared is 64. Alright? So, ganun na kadali. Problem solving. Suppose COVID-19 vaccination hub is located at this one, serve as the center, and the endpoint of the radius is located at this one, 3, 3. The residences within the radius area will be prioritized to have the vaccine. Okay, so what are the radius and the equation of the circle? Okay, so anong gagawin dito? Of course, kukunin mo lang ang distance ng 3, 3 at saka negative 5, 3. Okay, so since pareho sila ng, ano tawag dyan? Pareho sila ng y coordinate, so kunin mo lang ang distance agad-agad dito. Okay, so how do you get the distance? So that is negative 5 minus 3. So, negative 5 minus 3, that is negative 8. Tama? Then, square root of negative 8, that is 64. So, square root of 64 is 8. So, therefore, 8 ang radius. Okay, so 8 ang radius. So, as long as you are part of this 8 radius, pasok ka. Okay, next question. If the house of Gerald is located at 1, 1. Ayan, 1, 1. Ito yon 1, 1. Can they avail the location? So, what you can do here is you get the center and then the 1, 1 given, the coordinate 1, 1. You get the distance. Okay? So, if the distance is more than the radius, then outside sila. But if it is less than the radius, then pasok sila sa circle. That's it. Napakadali lang, my dear math learners. Okay? So, ganun lang. So, since the distance is approximately 7.21 or 211, 211, then pasok sila sa 8. Alright! Now, we have here another word problem. The local government allows the residents to jog within 2-kilometer radius of their house during the pandemic. If Eric's house is plotted at a Cartesian plane, it is located at -2, -5. Okay. And in a place located, Eric reaches in a place located at 2, -1. Did Eric follow the protocol? Okay, so yun ang tanong. Consider that 1 unit is equal to 1 kilometer. Okay. So, as you can see, ano ganin yun? 2 kilometers ang radius, no? So, kung less than 2 kilometers, pasok ka. Kung more than 2 kilometers, ano ka doon? Okay, so you get the distance of -2, -5, and -2, -1. So, the distance of this one, okay? So, we have, since they have the same, okay? They have the same coordinate para sa x. Of course, ang gagawin mo lang is you just consider y, okay? So, -1 minus -5, that is +4. And then, therefore, that will be the distance, right? So, +4, my dear math learners, is more than 2 kilometers from the radius. Okay? So, therefore, hindi siya nag-follow ng protocol. O, yun, violated nga daw si Eric. Okay, bakit nga ba, Eric? Alright. So, let us continue, my dear math learners. So, now, ito na yon. Let us practice, my dear math learners. This is the time na kung saan kayo naman ang sumagot sa mga problems na ibibigay ng inyong module. Alright. So, we have here for the first problem, match the equation of the circle to the center of the radius. Okay. So, of course, napakadali lang nito. 13 and 16. Hanap ko dito ng 13 at 16. Ayun. 512. Hanap ko dito ng 512. Ayun. We have here, ito, medyo challenging ito konti. Yan. So, what you can do here is, you get this one. So, half of 22 is 11. 11 squared is 121. Okay. And then, the square root of 121 is 11. So, 11 daw yung x mo. Ayun, ayan. Nakuha ko na agad. Alright. So, ito naman, ito, wala siyang kapartner na h, pero dito may kapartner na y. So, 0 ito considered. So, 0, -12. Ayun. Okay. So, napakadali lang, my dear math learners, ng technique na ito. So, you don't need to answer. So, there are other techniques in mathematics that is, kapag meron kang mga choices, ayan, napakadali lamang ng mga techniques para mas mapabilis ang iyong pagsasagot. Unless the teacher will say, show solution. So, you just need to follow what we have discussed earlier and then show your solutions to justify your answers. Okay, activity 2 we have here. Okay, math learners, medyo nalobat ang ating camera. So, I just need to change the battery. So, let us continue here in activity 2. So, paano ba kukunin ang standard form? Basically, in number 1. Okay, so number 1 lang muna ang bibigyan natin ng answer para at least meron namang chance na kayo naman ang sumagot. So, we have the center, -1, -6. So, negative, negative. So, magiging plus tayo sa ating equation of the circle. So, that will become x plus 1 squared plus y plus 6 squared. And then, 11, the square of 11. So, 11 times 11, that is 121. So, yun. That's it, my dear math learners. Okay, so for the r squared, okay, so para r squared na lang ang ibigay ko sa inyo. So for r squared, this one is 16. Ito, 36. Ito naman, 25. Ito naman, 441. Ito, 21. Of course, when you multiply a square root expression or a radical expression, Lalo na pag naka-square root siya. Multiply it by itself, you just eliminated the square root symbol. Okay, so for 10, we have 100, 7, 49, 1 pa rin, and square root of 43 is positive 43. Okay, and then kayo na bahala doon sa left side ng equation, which is the x minus h squared plus y minus k squared. Okay, based on this center. Okay, napakadali lang, my dear math learners. Okay, next, we have here, given the equation of the circle, choose the graph that fits the given equation. So, ito, of course, wala itong hk. So, nasa origin yan siya. So, this is one origin at ito naman another origin. Okay, so, dalawang merong origin dito. Ito 9, ito 49. So, the square root of 9 is 3. So, radius niya is 3. So, 1, 2, 3. Ito yon, letter D. So, number 2 naman, 49. The square root of 49 is 7. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so therefore, ito din yon. Okay, so you just answered 1 and 2. So, for number 3, we have negative 3, negative 2. So, that is located at 3, 2. So, hanapin mo dito sa ANSI, positive 3, 2. So, ito, negative ito. Ito, negative din ito. Ito, puro positive. Ayan. So, ito yon, positive 3, 2. Ayan, 3, 2 talaga. So, kayo naman ang sumagot sa number 4 at 5. Alright. Then, we have here, direction, write the equation of the circle in general form. Okay, general form. So, after nyo makuha sa standard form, in general form nyo. So, diameter is 20 units. So, half of that, the radius will be 10 units. Alright. So, ganun lang kadali. And then, you just continue getting the standard form, and then after that, you expound. The endpoint of the diameter, ito is given. So, ang gagawin mo dito is get the midpoint with the midpoint formula. Then, after that, you get the distance formula between the midpoint and one of the points. And then, after that, from there, you can now have your standard form, and then you convert it into your general form. Okay, the center at the point of origin at the end point. Okay, so point of origin 0, 0, end point is negative 5, 6. So kunin nyo ang radius doon. Okay, by using the distance formula. Alright, then problem solving. We have here 3 circular swimming pools are built in a the end points of the diameter. Okay, diameter daw. The second pool has a center, ito, and the radius is there. The center of the third is located at this one, and the other endpoint is this one. So, which pool has the largest area? Okay, so magsosolve ka dito ng 3 beses. Alright. So, palakihan to ng radius. Okay, so ito, kunin mo ang radius nito. So, get first the distance between these two, or sorry, get first the midpoint between these two, and then from the midpoint and one of the points here, you get the distance. So, that will be the radius. Here, given na agad, the radius is 3. Ito naman, kunin mo ang radius nito. So, distance formula ka lang diretso agad. So, sino yung may pinakamalaking radius? Yun yung pinakamalaking pool. Okay, so ganon lang kadali, my dear math learners. Okay, then we have here, ito, rubrics na ito. May rubrics pala para dito. Okay, so we have here the 3 companies, towers, mobile phones. The map is placed on the grid. Okay, coordinates. Tower A is this one with radius. Yeah, Tower B is this one with radius. Yeah, Tower C is this one with radius. Given the equation represent the transmission boundaries of each. Okay. Give the equation. Okay, so gawa ka ng equation dito, equation for this one, and equation for this one. Madali lang yan. Then, which tower transmits cells to a phone located at the coordinates? Okay, this one. So, ang sasagutin mo lang dito is tower 1, tower 2, tower 3. So, kung sinong tower ang pasok sa radius niya, siya ang magbibigay ng signal na yon. Okay? If you are a cellular phone user and live at the point of origin, which phone network will you subscribe? Okay, so based on the origin, ang magiging place mo, sino ang pinakamalapit doon sa ano mo. Alright, sa mga towers mo. Yun din ang sagot. Okay, so napakadali lamang po, my dear math learners. And here is the generalization. Alright, so for the standard form na nasa origin ng center, ito yon. Para sa wala sa origin ng center, ito yon. At kung gusto naman makuha ang general form, ito yon. Okay, so napakadali lang, my dear math learners. Okay, and then after that, you have your post-test. And this is where na kailangan mo talagang gawin ang kaya mong sagutan. Try your best kasi this is a test whether you have learned the module or not. Okay, so ABCD pa rin ito. And these are 10 questions. Then after that, you have your performance task activity. So may rubrics dyan para makuha nyo. And then after that, your reflection about this module. And then I think we are through, my dear math learners. So I hope you learned a lot of things about our topic for today. This is still your free access YouTube Edu Creator Math Teacher Ash. And if you do like this video, please click that like button and share this video to your fellow friends, classmates, and schoolmates. At lagi niyong tatandaan, my dear math learners, na masarap matuto ng mathematics kapag marami tayong nagsasama-sama. Thank you so much. God bless and keep safe always.
I will take a little trip over yonder, so I can take a look around at what you've seen.